Hello, welcome back to Pasta Tuesday. Technically Tuesday in your world, Hollywood world. It's I won't even tell you. I want to spoil it. Okay, in the world of Hollywood, we've got about four hours, maybe 5 hours. Let's crack on with some work. See what jobs we can get done. And it's very hot as well, so. Yeah. First thing I'm going to do is just take the front end off and try and mount the, show you now, the air filter and flow meter, so we can sort of see the space we got. It's going to have to go that way, sort of thing, and under the wings somewhere under there. So just going to get that on there and get that done, just so it's sorted and out of the way. Keep tripping up it. Yeah, back in a bit. Okay, a couple of jobs I've already started doing, or I've done. So basically what I've done is I've bent the power steering pipes a little bit, and I've allowed myself to I've removed the cooler section. I did this on my old Escort, didn't seem to have too many adverse effects, and I think for this boot car it'll be fine as well. So I guess that just helps. It just helps cool the power steering fluid down a bit. But anyway, yeah. So bypassed that, pushed it back a bit, so we can hopefully get the air filter on, and over in this corner. So yeah, so that helped that. I've put the cam cover back on and I've chopped the front off, so it's not ideal, but I think that will help, and that will just do. It will really at least stop big stones just flying up and just hitting the cam cover. And yeah, so let's see if we can get the air filter sort of on and mounted somehow as well. Okay, move back onto the back end. I found out the battery doesn't fit where I wanted it, so ignore that job for now. So we're just starting to get the diff in. We've got the rear drive shafts popped in into both ends. I've also just strengthened up the mount where the middle bearing goes as well. Hopefully that'll do. We'll just have to see. Yeah, so we're just trying to slowly lift it up with a scissor jack. I've got all the right equipment to do this. And then so the next thing to do is try and get the two bolts in the front crossbar, and see how we go. Yeah, getting there. Okay, as I said, I had a new age rear subframe. So basically the old one was held on at the back of the diff with two of these studs with nuts. Now the new subframe only requires just a bolt that short, but obviously because it goes into aluminium it's coarser thread, so all my nuts and bolts I've got are all metric fine. So basically I've chopped the end off, welded a nut on the end, and we made ourselves a small bolt. Should be fine to hold a diff in, shouldn't it? Day 62, race car log. Seems like there's some prop shaft differences between different Subarus. The middle bearing has a carrier on it. Seems like the drive shaft I got, the prop shaft I got with the engine, when you bolt it bolted up too high, and it actually rubbed on the subframe and stuff. So I've had to make some spaces up and some longer bolts to bring it down a bit, because that's what it looks like it does on the other one. And we'll just have to go from there. Note taken. Okie dokie. I think I've got everything all bolted up underneath, give or take. I'm not quite sure. I think there's some differences with the prop shaft and the bearing carrier, and maybe the rear sort of prop shaft cage diff front sort of mount. I need to do a bit of research because some bits are very tight. I've sort of ground a little bit away just to give it a bit more clearance. So something's not quite right, but it will do. As I said, so all the drive shafts, prop shafts, diff, rear subframe, all in. So technically, if we get the engine running, it will actually move. As I said, not completely perfect on some of the things, or happy about some things. I need to think about it and work out, and as I said, do a bit of research, figure out what's going on. Because yeah, I've got half a prop shaft here, which is, I thought I had a whole prop shaft, but actually this one's got a join in it. You know, it's actually got a flange, where the other Subaru shaft I've got is two shafts, but that, you know, the connection in the middle is welded, if you sort of mean. So, you know, you can't split them into two, sort of unbolt them. You'd have to, you know. So yeah, something's not quite right, but we'll have to, as I said, do a bit of research. I think I've got around a couple of issues with putting spaces in. but we just have to go from there, you know. I might get some better spacers made up. It'll do for now. Improve a point. I didn't show you the prop shaft. The rear prop shaft is only like 10 inches long. So at least I've proven the length now, so I can, you know, take it off once I've worked out what drive shafts, what shafts are around, and get one properly done. So there, all good. So yeah, I don't know if I'll do any more updates on this video. I don't know how long it is, but I've spent a good 4 or 5 hours today on it, and I made quite a good bit of progress. A few things to tick off the list. It's nice just to at least get everything bolted up underneath. So I just know that there's a couple of issues, but you know, I can work on them. As you can see, I've put the cover on and just cut the front off. And yeah, go home. Let's see if there's any more posts of any more parts. Yeah. Good. Just one last thing, if anyone's had any experience, well, not with fires, but with fire extinguishers inside the cars, I'm just going to plan on just buying at least like a 1 kilo one or something, whatever they are, to at least bolt down. But if anyone's got any advice, you know, they've used it on their track day cars, any good setups, ones that sort of helped, or ones that are, you know, easy to use, or whatever, or any experiences, good or bad as well, if you've had any that sort of don't really work, or, you know, a bit of a pain in the arse to undo, or whatever. Yeah, if you could let us know, that'd be good, because I need to order up a fire extinguisher the next day or so, and mount that in there somewhere. But anyway, till next time, lots of good, more progress like this every day, we're going to get somewhere.